and there's no such thing as perfect running technique, because we're all different shapes or sizes, got different background, different experience and different athletic ability. But just like any other sport, running is a skill, and just like any skill, you can learn it, improve it and get much better at it. So depending on what you're trying to achieve, by changing your running technique you become more efficient. And what do we mean by more efficient? You're less energy efficient, so you're burning less energy when you're running. You spend less time on the ground, which is less impact on your ankles, your knees, your hip, your back, and you're able to run faster. The research says that 60 to 80% of runners get injured at least once every year. Most of them who get injured once also get injured 2, 3, 4 more times. Why? Because it changes the way that we move, and the biomechanics change, and we're putting more stress on one side rather than the other. So one of the first things we need to look at is, what are we doing in terms of our running that we can become more efficient? Now, most recreational runners run 2 or 3 times a week, and what they want to do, they're either running for leisure to get a better time, or to keep fit, to burn fat, or to de-stress after a busy day. So it depends on our starting position, but we find at the running school that almost everybody can become more efficient. It depends on what we're trying to achieve. So in terms of how we can become more efficient, let's take the way that we'll start from the bottom moving up. If we look at the way that we land, most recreational runners land heel toe, and they land ahead of their center of gravity. So what do we mean about that? Is they're landing ahead of themselves, braking on the heel, braking on the toe, and then spending a long time on the ground, and that puts more stress on the shins, the knees, and various different areas. If we're able to lift the heel up at the back and land underneath our center of gravity or underneath the hip as we're running, so we're spending less time on the ground with less opportunity of us getting injured. If we then look at the arms, most people, most adults especially, don't know how to use their arms when they're running, don't use their arms when they're running. So what happens is the arms are the key to propelling us forward and the key to balance and rhythm. If we're not using our arms, we're trying to get the balance and the rhythm from the legs. And most of us who haven't been taught how to run as a progression of walking, so almost with a straight leg. So again, that's inefficient. And there are very easy and simple ways of us becoming more efficient by changing our technique.